I'm Michael Bain and welcome to Triggered, brought to you by Midway USA, just about everything for shooting, hunting in the outdoors. And obviously, not this week coming to you from the secret hidden bunker in the Rocky Mountains, but instead from the Cameo Shooting and Education Complex, just outside of Palisade, Colorado, best known for its peaches, where last weekend a seminal event in the shooting sports happened. Cameo was able to run four, count them, four separate national championships: Surefire Multi-Gun, NRL Hunter Grand Slam, archery, sporting clays, all at the same time, and have an expo, all new, neat shooting stuff, new guns. People could shoot them right there on the range. And if that wasn't enough, a competition for the Burris Optics Marksmanship Cup, the top marksman in the country, the person who shot all four of these stages and triumphed. This week, though, we're going to give you just a little feel for the expo, see some of the gear, talk a little bit about the complex, and then give you a heads up for something that's coming a little later in the year. Let's take a look. Cole, you have an awful lot of fingers and an awful lot of pies. Every time I see you, you got like 50 other things that you're working with. And you're out here today with some actually very nice looking rifles. So tell me about these boring guns.
So boring was originally created as kind of a play on words, because you see a lot of guns that they're monotonous. You go into Cabela's, they all kind of look the same. So when we decided to come up with boring rifles, we wanted something that truly wasn't boring. And it really kind of gets everybody's attention when they hear boring rifles, because they're like, wait, what is so boring about them? But we wanted to make them truly unique, because each and every one of us is unique, and we have something that is different. So that's why we created boring rifles.
So your focus here a lot is on hunting guns. You've got some very, very light guns here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we've got, this is our ultralight version. We usually try to use carbon fiber barrels with, an ultralight scope. You're probably in that 7 pound, 6.5, 7 pound max rifle for those backpackers and those guys that truly want to get into the backcountry. For the discerning hunter that, maybe doesn't want it as light, we do a lot of fluted options. This one's just a little bit heavier. It still is a carbon fiber stock, but the cool thing about all these is the color patterns come with the guns. So there's a lot of great gunsmiths out there. They build phenomenal rifles, but we wanted to make it just go a little bit further. So when you order a rifle from us, the color patterns, whatever color pattern you think of, comes with the rifle. And we do have a lot of PRS builds type rifles that are heavier that guys can go out and compete with. We kind of tried to tailor it to everybody. Everybody's got a different design and a different feel. So we wanted to make sure that we had everybody, that we did it for a good price, and then we made them unique.
So Ryan, let's talk a little bit about the magneto speed and what are the advantages of it compared to some of the other ways of checking your velocity?
Well, the main advantage is that you don't have to go down range. You don't have to set anything up forward of the firing line. It's on your rifle and your weapon only. It's only going to read the projectile off of your weapon. It's not going to pick up anything to the left or the right. The second biggest, probably actually the biggest, is it's magnetic based, not optical or Doppler radar, and it's going to get that signal off the projectile and not be affected by light or any environmental conditions such as clouds or lighting angle. And you can even use the magnetospeed indoor and even chronograph in the middle of the night. So it's application based and it's accurate, 99.5 to 99.9% accuracy for both the Sporter and the V3.
The thing that always impressed me about it is you can use it easily at the point where you need to use it the most, say competition, or honestly say even at the beginning of a hunt where you might not want to pack a larger chronograph or a lab radar or something that's big and heavy, but the small magneto speed, it's easy to attach it. Okay, we get ready to shoot. this morning. Why don't we run these bullets one more time in this environment?
You hit it exactly. So especially for the competition, for PRS, NRL, you have everyone down on a line getting the zero, checking their data. You just get it on, get your 5, 10, or even 15 rounds through it, get that baseline velocity, and then you already have your zero, and then true out your velocity and BC, and you're ready to go get to the match. It's just all right there. Plus the size. So when we do have the soft cases back in stock, which we are out of stock right now, it's compact, it's lightweight, you can fly with it. It's not big and bulky and doesn't take up a lot of space in your suitcase. So a lot of competitors fly with the soft case or the magnetic seat broken down. You have two options. You have the Sporter, which is the price down economic version, and then you have the V3, which is our flagship model. So the Sporter is usually going to come from us around $179. The V3 is going to be about $379. Dealer dependent, you got retail, dealer, and everything like that. You could probably find some specials at bigger box stores. But what that price difference is capabilities and weapons that you can use it on.
When Triggered returns, we've got more from the Cameo Shooting and Education Complex outside of Palisade, Colorado, and their incredible COMPEXPO. Stay with us. Greg, first tell me how this event has gone for you here.
This event's been a ton of fun. We always love this venue out here in Colorado. Cameo is a really beautiful facility. We've had a lot of competitors out here for 3-gun. There's been an archery event, and then NRL Hunter Series as well. So a lot of folks coming through here. And we've had a lot of people first time shooting a Precision 22. Like the little youngster back here behind me, he's been back here like 4 or 5 times to put some rounds down range. So it's just a ton of fun to watch people get behind a rifle like ours and start to giggle when they hit really small targets really far away.
It seems to me that NRL 22 has really changed the game. It's open precision rifle to a whole group of people who never even thought about precision rifle before.
It really has, and what it does is it makes it more accessible to everybody, especially back east when it's really hard to find 1,000 or 1,200 yard range to do a center fire PRS type match. NRL 22, you can have a lot of fun at 100 yards and in. If you get a 200 or 300 yard range, you can really start to have a lot of fun. And I mean, even at 100 yards and in, you've got to use a lot of your scope and your reticle and holdovers and dope and all that. All the good fundamentals come into play even at a much closer range.
If you can't pull the trigger, it doesn't matter what the trigger's attached to, right?
Correct.
You said you had one of your juniors out here dinging like 515 yards with this.
Yeah, Cam, who's actually the son of our shipping manager, Rick, was out here. It's 519 yards, so we were hitting that yesterday in a little bit of wind, so it was a little bit of a challenge. It was about a 2 mil wind hold, but we were dinging that at about a 50% rate.
For a lot of people, that's an amazing thing that a 22 can deliver at that level. But what Voodoo has done essentially is match the gun to what the cartridge was capable of as opposed to what it was typically used for.
Very true. In some ways, the ammo and the guns have pushed each other. I mean, I know Lapua is really working hard to try to get to that next level. They're great ammo as it is, but there's some things that are in the works from various companies trying to push things further. There's experiments with twist rates going on now. There's cutting edge bullets that is doing a solid copper load your own bullet now. So there's some really exciting stuff on the horizon. But again, even with just standard off the shelf Lapua Center X ammo, it's pretty crazy what we're able to achieve at what kind of distances.
talk to me just a little bit about this rifle and Proof's concepts that they're putting into place for a gun like this.
Yeah, so NRL 22 has been taken off, so that's been, you know, a lot of people have asked us, like, when are you going to start doing a rifle in 22, because we're known for our center fire. So coming out in January 2022, but we brought it out here today so we can start talking about it. We brought out the Latitude. So what we have is a carbon fiber lightweight stock with adjustability in the length of pull, as well as our carbon fiber match grade barrel. So you can shoot NRL Hunter with it, but also for the, you know, trying to get other kids, women, you know, small guys, doesn't matter who you are, you can be able to shoot this rifle. Then you got ranchers too, right? They do a lot of varmint control out of their truck windows. So this thing is kind of an all-around like little powerhouse for 22.
Talk about it in terms of practice, because if you're going to shoot any of these competitions, whether it's PRS or any of the NRL disciplines, you're going to have to shoot a lot, and it turns out barrels are expensive.
Yeah, so 22, I mean, it is virtually impossible to, you know, to wear one of those out. So at 22, with some of the targets they have out right now, like you're shooting a target that is like the length or the width of a 22 shell, right, or a 22 bullet. So it makes you focus on your fundamental shooting. So center fire is fun to shoot, PRS is awesome, but when you're starting to work on like the fundamentals and just being able to practice and the repetition of it, shooting 22 is pleasurable. You don't have recoil, you don't have to worry about, you know, too much snap on the sound. We shoot suppressed out here, but to be able to focus on the fundamentals and you're shooting targets so small, it actually helps you when you actually pick up the center fire rifle down the road. You're a better shooter because you got your fundamentals in place.
Also, it's a little easier to find a 100-yard range or a 25-yard range than
Absolutely.
I live in Front Range. I have to drive 2.5 hours to a 1,000-yard range.
Yeah, especially on the East Coast. A lot of people don't have anything beyond 150 yards. They have just basically enough to hunt in a hunting rifle, but they don't have enough to do, you know, anything with high-power rifles that are anything long range. That's why NRL 22 has been so popular, because you don't need a very big range to be able to support and host an entire match.
Are these carbon barrels that Proof is producing, are they the future?
You know what? One thing that we do a lot with the military and different type of composites, and all the stuff that we learned from some of our military contracts, we actually take those best practices and what we find there and push it down to our consumer products. So actually we constantly are making continuous changes to our product line to make it better. So it is the future. Cut rifle, match grade.
This week's Triggered is brought to you by Midway USA. Just about everything for shooting, hunting, and the outdoors. Taurus USA. Designed to protect. Rock Island Arms Corps. Solid as a rock. And Franklin Armory. Making some of the most innovative guns in America. So talk to me a little about what Night Force has new.
Yeah, so we've got a couple new products out here at the COMPEXPO, new for 2021. We have our ATAC R 1-8 with our new FC DMX reticle. So we reduced the size of the center dot based on some customer feedback. We also changed the segment and circle. So you still have essentially a red dot on one power, but you still have, you know, some holdovers for longer shots. You know, you have a gridded reticle for longer shots.
So it works out to be a great scope, whether it's for a 3-gun competition or a hunter even.
Yep. Yeah, so a lot of 3-gunners are using it, you know, close shots and extended ranges. And then also, dangerous game, you know, you have a generous high box. If you need to take a longer shot, do that too. So we also have our new ATAC R 4-20. It's new this year, so it has a great glass package in it. We have a turret that has 130 minutes angle of adjustment, which is pretty significant. So it's going to be pretty popular for rimfire, and with the 4-20 magnification, it's honestly great for any rifle. Great glass package in that, and parallax down to 11 yards.
That's pretty good. I mean, that is a heck of a 22 NRL rifle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scope, isn't it?
Yep.
Perfect.
A lot of guys are running the ATAC R 7-35, but this gives them another option for a precision 22. So
Maybe a little bit lighter option as well.
a little bit lighter. Didn't shave off too much, but yes, it is a good bit lighter, and 50 millimeter objective instead of the 56. So.
We're a direct-to-consumer optics company based out of Lander, Wyoming. We do premium grade, high-end optics, but at affordable pricing through the direct-to-consumer business model. So we cut out the middleman and save you at least 30 to 50% off our competitors. We have a wide variety. We have a mid-level range called our C series, and then our premium glass and our S series, RS series rangefinders, and B series are flagship binoculars.
One thing I thought was interesting is in some cases with the smaller optics companies, direct-to-consumer optics companies, they have a very limited line.
Right.
But you have a fairly large and fairly expanding line.
We do.
Of glass.
Yeah, we have actually introduced an update to our line this year and a new binocular in our B6. It's a true 10 by 50 and 12 by 50 to our line. Our flagship's been the B2 for numerous years. It's a 9 by 45, 11 by 45 with an Abig-Koenig prism. This is a nice complement to the line because instead of the taller prism with the Abig-Koenig, we're a new design with this wider Schmidt-Peschen for better light transmission and a little more compact binocular in comparison to that 11 by 45, 12 by 45.
I was at the B6 yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a really excellent binocular.
Thank you.
I think all of us out here, there's probably 1 million binoculars users out here.
Absolutely.
Because you buy them and then you buy another set, and you buy another set because you're working your way steadily to something that you're comfortable with in the field.
Right.
But those were, the glass was just super.
Yeah.
And that's what you need more than anything else.
So we're doing an alpha grade glass out of Japan right now, putting it in our binoculars, so it gives us the ability to compete against the high-end European brands, but at a much more affordable price the American market can stomach. We've also stretched that out into a rangefinder that came out last fall. $400, you're going to get a 4,500 yard rangefinder that is exceptionally fast and accurately targets.
Now that's a really great price against a 4,000 foot rangefinder.
Yeah, other competitors' rangefinders are probably right in that $750 price mark, but for $400 you're going to get an excellent rangefinder, and it's a big first step for us doing any other future laser finder technology, laser rangefinders. So
one of the things that I was looking at yesterday, I'll just get you to hold this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is one of your long range scopes there. One of the things that struck me about it is it's small, it's short.
Right.
And it's light, relatively, for a scope that big.
And our RS4 is going to be like that too. This is the RS3. It's a long-range, lightweight hunting rifle scope. It's a 5 to 30, 50 millimeter objective, 30 millimeter tube, but it's going to come in at 26 ounces. So for a 30 power optic like this, it is one of the lightest in the market. Nice and short, has all the accessories if you want a sunshade, throw lever, flip up caps. Got it.
That's really great. Give me, again, you don't have to get the exact, but a rough price point we're looking at for that scope.
$1,600.
And
first
when we're
focal
talking
point.
about your binoculars, what range of prices are we seeing on your binocs?
Anywhere from $500 to $1,550.
Cool. Excellent. So, Maven, you're Wyoming, you're sort of homies.
Yep, 6 hours north of here. So, yeah, if you're on your way to Yellowstone, stop by.
Thanks, Molly.
Hi, Philip Harding here at COMPEXPO. Wanted to chat a little bit about the Fastfire 4. Got a few unique features on it we'll go over with you. So the Fastfire 4 has multiple selectable reticles. There's 4 reticle designs in there. We have a reticle map of each on our website, but the basic gist of it is you've got a 3 MOA dot, an 11 MOA dot, a circle with a 3 MOA dot in the middle, and then a circle with some wings and that 11 MOA dot. Basically different features for different folks. Maybe the folks that want the ring are probably more shotgun shooters. Maybe the large dot is more of a speed steel shooter, steel challenge type stuff. And then you want to do some bullseye precision type stuff. Maybe you want that nice tight 3 MOA dot. Being able to swap between those different reticles at a glance makes it real easy to change things up. If you're on a more versatile platform like a pistol caliber carbine, you've got to take different kinds of shots in different moments. So being able to swap between those is pretty handy. In addition to that, we of course have another brightness adjustment. So 2 buttons identical to this on the opposite side. This one changes the reticle, the other one changes the brightness. The other really neat feature is the cover. So it's a part-time enclosed emitter. So if you install this cover, it fits with 2 Torx bits. If you install this, it'll keep the dust, the rain, all that sort of thing out. And you can have all the benefits of having that enclosed emitter No pocket lint getting down in there, anything getting super occluded. Those open dots tend to catch a lot of gunk as you're carrying them around in your holster. So having the option to close off that emitter makes it really, really handy to keep things clean. In addition to that, you may notice that there's a much wider window than the Fastfire 3. That wider window provides a wider field of view and therefore better situational awareness. That's the Fastfire 4 for you. Rough MSRP is going to be about $399.
Well, that's it for this week, kids. You got to get just a little flavor of it. But on Shooting Gallery, on Outdoor Channel, Shoot 1 2022, you're going to get to see a much more expanded version of both the COMPEXPO and the Burris Marksmanship Cup. All 10 of those shooters, you're going to get to meet them, know them, and see who triumphs. As always, you can find Triggered at michaelbain.tv. You can find us on YouTube, and when you go to YouTube, be sure to push that magic button. As always, thank you to Midway USA, just about everything for shooting, hunting, and the outdoors. We'll see you next week.